What is going on, guys? Today I will be discussing a couple of things that you can kind of do in order to live for free. Now, before you guys think this is one of those videos that is like, oh, like free money or anything like that, no, this is how you can make investments that then end up paying for certain things. It's kind of like the passive income, but first you have to put in upfront work, upfront capital in order to get those results or returns. So I will also be giving examples of exactly what I do and what I use it for, and that is then going to kind of explain why I do certain things and where I'm at and where I kind of want to get to. So one of the first things that I have done is I do crypto staking / lending. I use crypto.com for it actually, and I actually lend out my cryptocurrency and I get a annualized percentage of returns on it. They can range from 2 all the way up to 8% depending on which coins you use, how many MCO tokens you have, because that increases everything by 2%. And what that does is each day that gives me about $5. Now, $5 from that times the 30 days in a month is $150. Now, my phone bill is $130, and as well as my monthly haircut is $25. So, the crypto.com pays for my haircut and it pays for my phone bill each month, so I have that covered. Now, another thing that will help you in a sense is to write down all your expenses. So for me, I have my rent, I have my car, I have my insurance, I have the things that do monthly grocery shopping, haircut, and gym membership, stuff like that. It will help you tremendously. So the lending pays for my phone bill and my haircut. Also, that is basically that covering. Now, the next thing that I do is I have long-term holds like dividend stocks, which also pay a percentage of returns. I have Delta, I have Exxon, I have Coca-Cola. Those are one of the three, in my opinion, that pay good dividends. And Exxon is at around 7, Coke is around 3 to 4, and Delta is around 4 to 6. Right now, Delta dividends have been actually negative due to the whole coronavirus, but I did buy them at the end of the peak. But overall, due to these dividends, I end up getting around the first quarter, I ended up getting $480 alone from Exxon, right? So you have to break that down. What does that pay for and stuff like that? So the Exxon ended up paying for one of my car leases that I have. It is for the A5 Sportback. I use that in Utah for my skis, going up the mountain and stuff like that. Very efficient. It's the Sportback version, so it has a huge trunk space where I can put, I think the max I've gotten in there is 4 pairs of skis. So I've been able to do that, right? And that lease on that is $589 a month. And then the Exxon stocks almost cover that completely, but with my Coca-Cola ones, they covered that nicely. So that, again, is another example of, okay, now my car payment is covered just through those dividends. I'm not counting appreciation or anything like that due to the fact that I have not sold it yet, so I haven't cashed out the profit of it yet. So again, that is another thing that I have. Now, how do I pay my rent? How do I pay my car insurance? And like all of that. My gym membership is free right now, so I don't, that's not on my list. But right now I have rent and then I have car insurance. Now I also have a social media company, but that is more of a job. So far I've talked about 2 streams. I've talked about lending and I've talked about dividends. Those are all truly passive incomes. The next 3 things that we're talking about are things I actually work on. So I do wholesaling, I do social media marketing, and then I also do stock trading. So those 3 things are more of, in a sense, actually still that I work on, right? Every single morning I wake up 7:30, trade up until around 9:30. That's usually when I prefer to quit. I like to call it early in the day so I can enjoy the rest of my day and kind of do the rest of my stuff. Now, my wholesaling is for me almost completely passive again. It's more like shooting a couple of quick texts to my employees and being like, hey, have you sold this? How's this? Can you send me like the shipping label for that? And all of that, right? So that is the wholesaling aspect of it. So that's decently passive, I would say. It might take me a maximum of an hour to 2 hours a week, but it's kind of spread out, right? I might be texting for like 20 minutes one day and then not have to do anything for the next week. So again, that is completely passive, and the wholesale actually ends up paying for my rent, for my car insurance, and actually can cover everything. But again, you kind of have to schedule that out. Then the stock trading, I actually have never actually cashed out. I've cashed out one time for $2,500, and that is just because I ended up making a mistake and depositing a couple of days early that 2000, which I then realized I did not want to do that, so I ended up cashing out 2,500 because I was just like, okay, I'd rather have this in my account than I would in my trading account. So the stock trading, I'm currently just trying to get that up because at the end of the month, I kind of move that into long-term holdings, my dividend stocks. I call it my retirement fund, kind of, because that's kind of what I plan on using to retire. So I then end up transferring the profit, right? Trade with around 50,000 each month, between 3 to 10 profit-wise, right? The range is insanely big, as you can tell. So take that, right? Let's just say 5. Take 5, put it into long-term holdings. Boom. Let's just say I put that into Exxon, that 5 might give me another $100 dividends or something like that. You can just kind of tell that that's how that plan works, and that's kind of the goal of the stock trading. So again, it's a job, but that job then ends up going into the dividends. The social media marketing company, again, can also pay for everything, but at the same time, again, that is work. But on that, it's more like kind of I do everything, usually like the 2 days on the weekend, sometimes only Sunday alone, and then I set up the entire plan for a client from literally that one Sunday for the rest of the month. So it is work on my part for about 1 day, maybe 2 days, but then it's set up for the entire month, and then I'm good. But again, just write down what you want. So the two best examples I can give are my dividends and lending, and then I also have a real estate ETF, and that makes decent dividends, but at the same time that could cover my grocery bill of around $400 a month. So again, not great, but it is better than nothing. And I started that 2 years ago. It's Fundrise, and now I'm also looking into Cardone Capital to see what it is. But for that, you need to be an accredited investor, which means you need to make a minimum this much. I think it's a minimum of $100,000 a year and have like 100,000 cash flow on hand right away. So I'm looking into Cardone Capital to see what I can do, because if it is 6% monthly like dividends, not 6% each month, but 6% yearly dividends paid monthly cash, and then it appreciates around an extra 9% a year, then I will look into that and again see what that can cover. So that way the social media and the stock trading and the wholesaling then cannot be examples anymore, because it's not truly passive. So look into truly passive things, see what you can do to cover certain things, write out what it all costs, right? Let's say $300 a month for groceries, $100 for your phone bill, $50 for gym membership, $200 for your car payment, $2,000 for your rent, or house payment. So calculate that out and then see how much each thing returns, how much you would need to invest up front, or how much you would need to save to put into that investment to be able to get that return amount of money. That is, in my opinion, the best way to do it. It will take time. You can't go from in the first month have everything passively built. No, I have been doing this for the past 2.5 years now, and it is kind of like a snowball effect, right? Now it is kind of getting way, way, way easier. The saying that I was told is the first 100,000 is a bitch, but you have to do it no matter what, and then it becomes easier, and that is 100% true. So go through it like that. Let me know if you guys need any help with making a plan or anything like that. I'm more than happy to help. Just leave that down in the comments below. Or if you have any questions regarding kind of ideas, but truly passive is lending, real estate, and dividends. They kind of all fall in the same category. You can buy music, like songs, and then you can get those paying you monthly. So there are multiple things. I just don't talk about that because I'm not personally invested in that and I don't know enough. So just check out your best options. There's also crypto staking, and a bunch of other stuff, that you can do. You can also buy a company, hire people, and then they fix it up for you, and then you just sell it. You just need the capital up front. Again, all good options. Just look what is best for you and what you understand. And yeah, if you have any questions or any feedback you want to give, leave it down in the comments. If you like this video, please give a like. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a fantastic day.